I am really loving people who are in this F around and find out stage. There are different groups that belong to the people of color grouping. Don't put black people into the people of color grouping. Black people are clear of where they stand here in the United States. People of color think that if they interact and if they assimilate into white supremacy, that they would be absolved of racism. And there is one Indian American individual who thought that if he assembled, if he became a part of the MAGA nuts, that him and his group would be welcomed. And he's finding out it was all a lie. This Indian American posted over on Twitter this long soliloquy of him learning the truth. Here's what this individual quote. I'm deeply questioning my decision to support the Republican Party after witnessing the persistent and dehumanizing attacks directed at me and my community by individuals who, despite hiding behind a veneer of respectability, openly harbor and amplify racist ideologies. Respectability? You believe they were hiding behind a veneer of respectability when they were being dehumanizing and disrespectful towards black people? You watched it. You watched it and you still sided with them. And you thought they were hiding behind a veneer of respectability? So because they were being dehumanizing towards black people and not towards Indian Americans, you believed that they had a level of respectability. I've tried to hold on to the belief that these voices represented a vocal minority, not the broader values of the party. But time and again, I am disheartened as accounts with massive followings, many of them wielding significant influence, parrot unhinged conspiracy theories and perpetuate overtly racist tropes without consequence. This isn't just about isolated comments or fringe behavior. It's about a pattern that reveals an uncomfortable truth about the party's failure to unequivocally reject bigotry. These attacks aren't simply offensive, they are alienating to communities whose values, work ethic, and aspirations align with many conservative principles, yet find themselves consistently vilified. So again, as long as those attacks were directed towards black people, this person was okay with it. The most troubling part is the normalization of this rhetoric by individuals who should be using their platforms to unite, not divide. It forces one to ask, is this truly the exception? Or is it a reflection of an undercurrent that the party is unwilling or worse, uninterested to confront? For a movement that claims to champion merit, individuality, individual dignity, and opportunity, it's disheartening to see those ideas betrayed by voices that choose hate over inclusion. So that statement right there tells me that when they were hurling didn't earn it at black people, when they were working hard to dismantle affirmative action, you felt that black people didn't earn it. You were in support of these attacks towards Black people, even though DEI and affirmative action benefited you. You didn't feel it until it was directly thrown towards your community. You are okay with it as long as this hate, bigotry, and racism was thrown towards Black people. If the Republican Party wants to grow, evolve, truly represent a diverse and forward-thinking electorate, it must take a hard look at its blind spots and the voices it elevates. Without that reckoning, it risks alienating not just me, but countless others who once believed in its promise. There's nothing else for me to say. Y'all let me know your thoughts on what it is that Mr. CloudWatch199 over on Twitter, y'all let me know your thoughts on what it is that he had to say.